talk about 9 tips. Ever notice I always do these 10 tips, 9 tips. Well, this is 9 tips on getting your priorities straight. You know, I really wanted to think about what my priorities were. Pray It Off's a priority for me. My health's a priority for me. My family's a priority for me. Now, I had a lot of habits. Like, I was reading these 5 books every day and praying. I'd get up in the morning and I'd spend a good hour in prayer and meditation. I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. But on the way to work, I pray the whole way there. No radio. I pray. It's just changing the way I do things. Then you have to say, I love this second one here. It says, feed your mind with books and other media that support your priorities. We run a weight loss group, and here I've got a whole bookcase of helpful books and recipes, and some people have never looked at that bookcase, ever. I'm saying every week I do all this research on exercise and healthy living. We need to make it, all of us need to make that a priority, and then we have to live it. I know right now that my life is going to be a little more hectic because of the job. Well, my husband and son are big helps. You know, you give him a list. You know, my son, he's 14. He's a big boy. He can do things. He can mow the lawn. He can do this. He gets money whenever he wants it. He can help out. So is he going to do it the same way we would? That's what we got to let go of, especially some of us women. No, they don't do the laundry the same way you do. But you're not doing it. You say, thank you, that's great. Or even if someone cleans the bathroom, it might not be exactly the way you would do it, but you're not doing it. So let go of some of those perfectionist qualities. And also, is diet, health, and exercise a priority of yours? You know, one of the things at work now is you have 2 breaks and you have lunch. And everyone eats on the breaks. Everyone eats. They're eating. And you have to take them. You can't sit at your lunch. I'm a union employee, and you got to go in this break room, and everyone's eating. Everyone's eating. And I kind of gave up snacking, and I thought, well, maybe I've had trouble losing weight. Maybe if I have a couple extra snacks, maybe that'll help. So I cut up watermelon or strawberries or have a banana. Plan ahead. My priority is my health, whether or not I'm working outside of the house or here. But you've got to plan. Otherwise, when the donuts are in there, the bag of chips or the cake or whatever, you're subject to that. This is what gets a lot of us, interruptions. We're already, oh, I'm going to eat so healthy, and then someone in your family gets sick or needs surgery. And then your whole plan, oh, I was going to be so good at Pray It Off this week, but this happened to me, and now I ate everything in sight. We've got to start breaking that chain of thought, because there's always going to be something different every single week. And everyone always says, write things down. How many of us actually write things down, like walk or do this or do that? And you know, I've showed my day timer before. I've held it up, but I write down what I'm going to, look at me throwing my purse and everything around. I write down what I'm going to do for exercise, what I'm going to do for eating. Everything's written down, then you own it. That's why I like the log. Also, the big picture view. We're in this for the long haul. I love what Tony did, 1 pound a week. Some of you who don't think that's enough haven't lost 1 pound a week. Let's just focus on that. Also, I think one of the things that Pray It Off that's so beautiful is that if we focus on our faith, I think I'm a better person. I know I've lost 136 pounds, but besides that, I feel I'm a better person that turns to God in times of trouble. I say, Jesus, I trust in you. I didn't do that before. Of this whole article, the most important thing is call to action. I was in sales and sales management my whole career, and call to action is a sales term. You go in and you're trying to sell somebody something. Hey, I got this pen. It's the most beautiful pen. No, you don't do that. You go, what are you writing with these days? You know, how's that working for you? How's that going? You get to know the person. And when you leave, you say, how many of these could I order for you today? And they'll say, well, you know, I got to talk to my wife. Well, how about if I stop by Tuesday? Is your wife going to be home then? That's the call to action. I'll stop by Tuesday. You never leave and say, okay, thank you, bye. There's always a plan. How many of us here at Pray It Off have a diet and exercise plan. What is our call to action? Let's really think about that with session 6. Section 6 is a tableau blanc. It's on the horizon. You can become your Piadoff dream in session 6, but you gotta have a plan. Now, this next little thing on prioritizing is for someone in school, but I think a lot of those habits start when you're in school. You know, you've got all these things with procrastination and doing too much. One of the most important things is saying no. Saying no, yes.
You said Piadoff, no?
Did I say Piadoff? I wondered why people were laughing. And that's online now. Now, one of the beautiful things is if you drink a lot of fluids, sometimes you do Piadoff. And I said, is it about the school? I know Gerald's a teacher. Well, I'm glad we said that. Now, we're still talking about managing the priorities, and saying no is so important. Now, my sister Kathy's birthday is June 14th, and every year I would do the balloons and the flowers, and my other sister said, hey, this year I'll do the balloons and the flowers, and I said, thank you. You see, so often we feel we have to say, oh, well, wait a minute, I always do that, and maybe I'll, thank you, done. Or someone says, can I do that for you? Can I help you with that? I remember the first time Maureen Brown says, can I help you with the copies? I'm like, help me with the copies? I do the copies. I don't need any help. And then I went, oh, maybe I do need help. Now, Yvonne's helping with the copies. Now, if she ever said she couldn't do it, I'd have to kill myself. You know, yes, I need help. So, and Susan said, you know, she's a librarian. She's off for the summer. Can I help you do some research? Absolutely. If anyone wants to write an entry for the blog, all you got to do is say, Ellen, I'd love to write an entry for the blog. Fantastic. You got to learn to say no, and at the same time, you got to learn to say thank you. Now, one of the things, don't do the camera, but there's someone in the group that no one has really heard her little story. I'm just going to have Judy raise your hand. You don't even have to stand up. Judy, yes, you, Judy. Raise your hand. You, Judy, you. Raise your hand. I want everyone to know that she has lost 70 pounds through the Pray It Off program, and she's very shy about it. She won't raise her hand. Everyone's looking around. Who are we talking about? Raise your hand. Point to her. Someone point to her. Oh, there she is right there. I just want everyone to know, yes, she's gotten her award. But the reason I say that is she made it a priority. Even now, she's making it a priority. Jean, raise your hand. 55 pounds. It's a priority. Bobby, raise your hand. Almost 60 pounds. A priority. Now, anybody who I didn't have raise your hand, it's not because I don't love you. I'm saving you for next week. Okay. Now, one of the things is the daily to-do list. If you're running around like this, putting out fires, a crazy person, you're not going to concentrate on your menu. I don't know how some of you people can eat what you eat every week. I read your logs. They're the most boring things in the week. And I'm giving you recipes like sardina, ziti, and all this stuff. And you guys are having pizza, burger, turkey sandwich. You know, you got to mix it up. Make that a priority in your life. Okay, also I gave up television. The only thing I watch is Jeopardy. Okay?